The likes of Speed Darlington,
Hey,
you know,
they don't find that.
the likes of Speed Darlington post video and still get views. And as far as I'm concerned, there's also a guy called Pastor Eddie. Yeah, people like that. They come online, they go live, and you have hundreds and thousands of people on their live. Literally, he made a video today and said, "Why, as a woman, why are you looking forward to getting married? It's a waste of time. You should be outside of the street doing prostitution."
The Pastor Eddie,
Yes,
a woman.
a man,
Oh,
a bleaching man at that.
He's giving princess.
well, I don't know this. I don't know this person, but that is why I think this is 25 years from now to 2050 is 25 years. I think it is still early to start doing this now, right? So, and we now going because most things before 25 years. It's going to be internet everywhere. It's going to be social media everywhere, almost everything that we're going to be doing. So we need to be in their face. You know, they started doing Yahoo because somebody doing it and show them results. You know, all these flashy flats, isn't it? But now I think we have the advantage to change the narrative, to change the indoctrination that have been done to them for like over the years. So when we start telling them what works, if people that wants to show results, because I wants to be showing results. Anybody that wants to show them that, okay, you can go this way and you will be a good hand to your family and you will be a good hand to your society. Just, things that will help them take their mind from where it has been to the right path and also beneficial to our country.
I also think it's also important that people who have the money and have good heads on their shoulder needs to get more involved in owning the spaces where this content are going into. Like the likes of Facebook, if you are a Nigerian and you can afford to buy some kind of a share where you have a say, because these things they're controlled by a percentage of people. And it's an intentional act to keep people behind. It's not like they don't know what they're doing. Because if you take, for example, in China, on their social media platform, I joined one of them. They are not talking about get ready with me. These guys are building things at as little as kindergarten. Whereas in your TikTok account in Nigeria, you see people going naked, doing all sorts of things. So it's an intentional act with these media owners and media spaces. So if you have money and you can get involved, please do. That is one way to control the narrative as well.
Yeah.
That is my take.
Yes. So, it's a good one. And why I say this, somebody also gave me this example because I discussed with some people. He said, look at what everybody knows in China. If you're watching social media, if you're watching it from there, not from here, because the algorithm is different. Yeah. If you're watching social media from China, you will see more people doing skillful job, doing educational content. All these things is to help change the mindset of Chinese people that, okay, this is what we need to be exporting to the world.
Yeah.
This is what we need to be doing to help our community or our country. And that is what we need to start. I think, from my own opinion, what the government need to do is to make a policy that can work, that can help people work. A favorable policy is not a rip-off policy. And put infrastructure like road and light, because I think if you're asking them to do too much, they're never going to do anything.
Security, very important.
Yeah.
Leave the road. Give us security and light. We will find
Well, so, Chief,
White cap chief.
what do you think? Give us your take.
Well, when I saw the information that 400 by 2050,
25 years from now.
25 years from now, it will be projected that it is projected the Nigerian population will increase to 400 million. Well, that 400 million is like minimum, yeah, because I think we are approaching that figure.
It will be more.
It will be more. It will be more than that. So, in terms of helping, like creating that future that we want, making sure that we don't have 400 million users.
We don't export 400 users.
We don't export 400. Already, Nigerians are a threat to the world we are too smart, too talented. I'm not saying this just because I'm in Nigeria.
Yeah, but it's
I am.
fact.
It is fact. It
proven
is there.
fact.
It is every other nationality from they have proven it. They keep talking about it. So now I will look at it from two different angles. First is foundation, which is the government, and secondly is the elders, the Egbon Adugbos. we
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not
because
elder.
from now to that
By
time,
that
from
time, you
now
become-
to
Just
that
start
time,
life.
by that time you don't become elder. So from the government side, it is so sad that in Nigeria, as we speak now, only one state, which is Abia State, just started teaching history and religious studies in schools, primary schools, and nursery school and primary schools. I mean, I am not interested in the religion, yeah, but our history should not be thrown away because we are made of our history. Everything we learned in school, even till now, everything we learned in school is history. English language is history. Mathematics is history. There is no new mathematics formula now that started today. Any mathematics formula
no new discovery.
no new discovery. It's just the same old thing. So it's just history we are learning. But our own history, former President Buhari removed it because of his excuse that it's not making any sense. So now, history will shape the generation that are coming or the people who will be there.
We need to know who we are.
For we to know who we are. And if we are going to do anything, let's take, for instance, we want to enter into tech. Baba, if you, China again, we always use China as an example. If you buy a Chinese product, they will put the language, even some of them, the language comes in Chinese first. What that tells you is that it's built in China by Chinese people. So we have to learn how to use their own product because everything is built on their history and their heritage. And we need to go back and look at these things, especially our government. Enable our history. Yeah, it is ugly. If we don't like it, it creates a whole lot of things. Yeah, but we can shape it. We can rewrite it. Yeah, but use our history to, teach the generation that will hit this 400 million. And again, from our own side, the elders, because by then we will become elder.
Chai.
What are we doing, really? If
You don't want to be elder.
I want to be living there for life. But I mean,
if you look at the, especially millennials, we are not talking much. If you look at the millennials, we are not talking. Those who are really talking, they are the Gen Zs. And permit me to say this, the Gen Zs only know the gadgets, the AI, how they can use computer to do one or two things. The real Omenala, the real, what was the word again?
OG. Before IG.
The real tradition,
knowledge.
the real culture, our heritage, our roots, they don't know them. No jokes. They do not know it. And at the end of the day, we'll end up building things or doing things that will favor other people without, giving credit to our own tradition or our own, Nigerianness. Let me put it that way.
Princess gave instance with Darlington. Sorry,
speed,
Speed
darling,
Darlington.
talent.
Speed Darlington and one pastor,
Eddie.
Pastor Eddie. These are, I don't know, what most of the things Speed Darlington is doing, I think it's a joke. Apart from the recent one that he said on his live.
Oh.
So apart
So you
from,
didn't find that funny?
That
no,
one is
no,
not a joke to
I
me.
did not. I did not find that one funny. So apart from what he did last, everything, all the content he's been creating, I think is a joke. All is a joke to me. And we need to tell, and also this cross-dressing they are doing also right now in Nigeria is on the rise now.
It is
It's on
rampant.
the rise now.
It is rampant.
So
and it's-
people are finding it, people are not using their mind enough. They are not using their mind enough. The most precious thing they have. They need to stay and think and work on what they thought about.
And it will get worse because with the enabling of AI, you don't even need to think anymore. You just need to.
Prompt.
My sister's husband was telling me, because he's into tech, he was telling us the house the other day. He said they are building something where you put a gadget, and it just reads your mind, and then it tells you whatever you were thinking. I went for a seminar some days ago. They also mentioned the same thing. So it's going to get worse.
Yeah, it's gonna get worse. Even a Neuralink, Elon Musk is building a chip to put in your brain so that you can match up with the computer.
So there we
Yeah,
go.
if you don't want to be left behind, you have to put a chip in your brain. Everybody's saying that he's building a chip to help the lame, people that cannot walk, but we know there will be upgrade. So now we want to be faster in class. We want to be faster in our company. We want to write the latest code. We are going to use that.
Yeah.
Most people will use that. So, but how can we at least help our Nigerians, right, to follow the world and go where the world is going, and not just, okay, let me just relax and do cross-dressing, come out in front of camera and talk so many shit, and I will get viewers.
Yeah, we don't have to follow the world and go where the world is going. We have to follow our own world and go to our own direction.
Let's move forward and be able to compete at the global stage.
The global stage, you have to compete with us.
Okay, that's
idea.
what we want.
Yes. So if we go at our own pace, everybody is competing with China. They are going at their own pace. They are not chasing you. They are not chasing me. They are just there doing their thing. We are chasing them. So that's the idea. If we can do our thing, focus on us, focus internally, use what we have to. If at the end of the day, we have to sell to ourselves,
we will still make it.
we will
because
we
we're
have
more
the
than enough.
numbers.
Yes.
We have the numbers, we have the natural resources. And I feel like now people will come for me, but I feel like Nigerians, we have inferiority complex. Yeah.
Most of us do.
Most of us do.
Yeah.
Because this is why you mentioned something very, very interesting. You talked about the Chinese building things and putting the instruction in their language. Whether you like it or not, if you need to buy a gadget and you need it and it's written in Mandarin, you have to find a way to translate it to use the gadget. Now you see a typical Igbo man. I'll use an Igbo man for example. They have an accent. We have a tongue. There's a way we speak. Like I used to tease my mom those days. They call rain lane. The Igbo man cannot pronounce the word arrow properly. You find an Igbo man who has gathered enough strength and courage to speak in front of a camera, and people are laughing at him and say he cannot speak English. But for crying out loud, English is not his mother tongue.
Yeah.
But how do you see people that does that? If I speak English and makes mistake, they will laugh at me, or they will say you have Igbotic accent. What accent do you want me to have?
This is where the inferiority complex comes
What
from. Because we
accent
want to.
do you want me to have?
It's a very good question. You should ask. Actually, look at the camera and ask.
Yeah, just
As an Igbo man, me speaking another man's tongue, what accent do you want me to use to speak that tongue?
And now you have the Gen Zs coming online with all of them with different about Timo accent. Some is speaking. I'm like, girl,
when was the last time you visited Nigeria? Everybody in Nigeria speaks British now. In it. Everybody. Both people who go school and people who don't go school. Everybody speaks in it now.
Yeah, no, but if you look at it the other way also, it's a talent.
Yeah.
it is a talent, but at the end of the day, we're talking about exporting non-nuisance. First, it has to come from you knowing who you are and accepting who you are and understand there is power that lies with who you are. That way, nobody will brainwash you. That way, you will not have men trying to be like women. Because you're trying to fit into a circle or a society that does not really exist and does not applaud you at the end of the day. Because when push comes to shove, they will
nobody takes, if you want to do serious stuff, nobody is going to invite you.
They do actually invite them.
If you're going to discuss about how to move a place forward that is not entertaining, nobody is going to invite somebody like that. So if you don't want to be important in your society, if you don't want to be when they want to make a decision to take something forward, if you want to be at that table, you have to take your life serious. And if you are not in the room where the decision is made, somebody is going to make that decision for you, right? So we want to bring Nigerians. We want Nigerians to start looking at the brighter future, because with technology, if you don't keep telling them, they're going to lose their conscience. It's not just losing their conscience. They're going to lose everything that makes them African and, turn to quicksand. They will become a quicksand. Whatever goes, we go in there.